back to my blog, Family Road Trip Guru, where you can find educational, fun, and affordable travel itineraries in North America with a focus on California. Last time we talked about how to build an epic road trip in California along the coast. So we traveled from north to south and stopped at various destinations. One thing I forgot to tell you about is a great castle over here, which is called Hearst Castle. And since I forgot to mention about it, I had to create a separate video just about it. So it is available now on my channel. Please go check it out. It's a great destination, amazing castle, amazing arts museum. So I'm sure you'll have fun there. But today we are going to travel from south to north along the mountain ranges and stop at different exciting destinations. We'll start with Palm Springs, and it's a great resort town, which is very popular with the rich and famous. For instance, Elvis Presley had his honeymoon in Palm Springs. And up until Donald Trump, lots of 20th and 21st century presidents of the United States came to Palm Springs for a winter retreat. And these days you can visit that retreat destination, take a tour, and see how US presidents spend their leisure time. It's called Sunnylands, and you can get more information about it on my blog in my Palm Springs itinerary. If you're interested in US presidents, another place you have to visit in California is Ronald Reagan Library and Museum. You don't have to be Ronald Reagan's fan. It's not about that. It's just about learning a great history lesson. And the best part of that presidential library and museum is Air Force One exhibit. You can actually get on the presidential plane and presidential helicopter, walk through, and just see how the president travels. But let's go back to Palm Springs. It's a great base to explore Joshua Tree National Park. One thing you need to know about this national park is that it's not just about Joshua trees. Joshua trees are great and they're beautiful, blooming in spring, but also in spring, this park is a prime destination to see wildflowers and cacti. So definitely stop by Palm Springs in spring. Further north, we come to Mammoth Lakes area. I call it Switzerland of California because there are a lot of alpine lakes here. Mountains here are very high, above 9,000 feet. It's a great destination for skiing in winter, and in summer, obviously, it's all about hiking and beautiful vistas. Surprisingly enough, it is not crowded compared to many other locations in California. We were there during the 4th of July weekend. We never had traffic jams, we never had issues with parking, we never felt crowded. It's just an amazing place to be, especially if you like unique, one-of-a-kind attractions, or let's say one-of-a-kind phenomena. Here you can see something called Devil's Postpile, Tufa on Mammoth Lake, and also Body Goes Down. I'm actually working on an itinerary. We traveled there, but I didn't have time to write it down, so it's coming to my blog soon, so stay tuned. Just keep it in mind. Great place to go in summer. Further north, there's Kings Canyon and Sequoia National Parks. Last time we talked about Redwoods National Park over here. It is famous for the tallest trees in the world. Now, Sequoia National Park is famous for the biggest or fattest trees in the world. They are also the oldest living beings in the world. They can live over 3,000 years. Just imagine, they were born 1,000 years before Jesus Christ. It's mind-blowing. And they're huge. I think you'll need at least 4 people to try to hug one tree, if not more. And when you stand among those trees, you feel yourself humbled and in awe because of this amazing beauty. And if you can see redwoods sort of along the California coast, in Oregon, and in Washington state as well. Giant sequoias only grow here. You cannot see them anywhere else except for a small pocket of these sequoias in Yosemite National Park. So that's the only place to see them, and you have to go visit them. Don't forget to stop by Kings Canyon. I call Kings Canyon Baby Yosemite because it's also a valley carved by a river with lots of waterfalls. They're not as huge as in Yosemite. They're still beautiful. And then compared to Yosemite, it is not as crowded. And then further north, there's obviously Yosemite National Park. About 4 million people visit Yosemite every year, which makes it very crowded. For comparison, about 6 million people visit Grand Canyon National Park. But you need to know that most of the visitors in Yosemite congregate there just between May and September. So the density of visitors is much higher than generally in Grand Canyon, where visitors are more evenly spread. So to plan your trip to Yosemite, you really have to plan in advance. I have a detailed itinerary with all the details how to plan a perfect trip. And you do have to stay within the national park to be able to see the real Yosemite, which only opens to tourists in the morning and in the evening when most of the crowds are gone. So if you're staying in Yosemite National Park, you'll be able to see wildlife, birds, and it's a phenomenal experience. But to get a room, a decently priced room within Yosemite National Park, you really have to book it a year in advance. So I have all information on my blog. You're all covered. I also have a detailed itinerary for Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park, as well as Joshua Tree National Park. So the only thing you need is to read it and plan the dates of your trip. Further north from Yosemite, you'll find Lake Tahoe. It is very famous, not just in California. Part of it is in Nevada, and it has sort of 4 different destinations. There is North Lake Tahoe, South Lake Tahoe, there is West and East Coast. And you really need to find your Tahoe. We personally like North Tahoe. I think South Lake Tahoe is more crowded and a little less family friendly, but that's a personal opinion. So I suggest you go there, drive around, see various attractions, and then find out which is your Tahoe. And it's really an all year round destination. It's beautiful in the fall with foliage, fall foliage. It's great in winter for skiing. And also there are tons of activities there for people who are not skiers. So don't think that you need to go to Tahoe and you'll have to only ski there. You'll find lots of things to do. In Tahoe I have a detailed itinerary for you on my blog about it. And in summer, obviously, all the water fun, boating, fishing, hiking. So don't miss the opportunity to go there. One thing you may not know is that Winter Olympic Games of 1960 took place in Lake Tahoe. So if you go to Squaw Valley, take a gondola up the mountain and visit the Olympic Museum. It is a unique attraction in the area. And then the north part of the state is a great place to see all the volcanic wonders. I have a volcanic wonders itinerary on my blog that takes you from San Francisco to Oregon State. And you can see 3 main volcanic attractions on this route. Lassen Volcanic National Park, Mount Shasta, and Crater Lake in Oregon. A couple of words about Mount Shasta and Lassen. I'm very surprised that Lassen National Park is not crowded. It's like one of the least visited parks in California, but it's immensely beautiful, and it's one of the few places in the country where you can see the actual volcanic activity. You can see steam vents, you can see bubbling mud pools, and it is really very unique. There are a lot of beautiful hikes, lots of streams, beautiful vistas, so I think it's a must stop. And then and Mount Shasta is about an hour drive from Yosemite. And what's so unique about that mountain is that it's not part of a mountain range. It's literally appears from nowhere. Um, Sort of the whole terrain around is flat, and then you see this huge cone that's dominating the area. Most of the time, it's covered with snow, and then you can see it as even from Oregon, from Crater Lake, 150 miles away. So it is like a queen um, of that area, and Native American tribes consider this mountain sacred. And you do get this special feeling when you hike it. And so the vistas are amazing. There are a lot of lakes there where you can swim in summer. I need to say that Lake Tahoe does not get warm enough for swimming, or at least not for me. The highest temperature that it gets is about 68 degrees. And then in Mammoth Lakes, alpine lakes don't get too warm. But in this area, they do. And you can swim comfortably in those lakes. And so this concludes our trip around California. I obviously only highlighted most famous attractions. There's so many more things to do and see and try and experience in California. I will be taking you on trips all around the state and all around the country. There'll be more videos, there'll be more itineraries on my blog. There are already a lot of itineraries, many dozens of them, and so you can just go check them out. Even if I didn't highlight that destination in this video, it's still worth checking out. And so please subscribe if you like this video. I promise many more interesting things for you to see and do. And thank you very much for visiting.